And African countries are intensifying measures to prevent the Financial Action Task Force from placing them on or returning them to its grey list. Now, the FATF grey list identifies countries that have weaknesses in preventing money laundering and terror financing. Now, discussions around the FATF recent actions, as well as the outlook on preventive measures, took place during the Afreximbank Compliance Forum held in Kigali, Rwanda. Arise News correspondent Nisi Gabriel reports.
At the Afreximbank Compliance Forum 2025 in Kigali, notes that grey listing signals financial risk, triggering stricter checks from global banks and investors, and making cross-border trade and funding harder. Experts insist that staying compliant requires sustained commitment and coordination, urging African countries to strengthen their AML-CFT systems while safeguarding financial stability.
In Europe, there is a huge context of EU where there has been a strong information sharing between jurisdictions and financial institutions. In US, all over the states. But in Africa, do we have the same system that there has been information sharing? That is the advantage of US and Europe in the combating money laundering or any other type of financial crime. Regarding the system, it's again based upon the information, because whatever you build, whether it's model, just basic, or whether it is an AI, you need data, which means information. If you have robust information, data, sufficiently enough, clear, unbiased, then you will be able to build your technological system.
To your question on whether a country has exited and gone back, Nigeria has been on the grey list 3 times.
How many times?
3.
Wow.
But this is the last time ever.
Are you sure?
Yes. I can say that boldly because we have institutionalized measures and mechanisms to ensure it does not happen. And there is a sector that is so underrated, and that's the judiciary. Now, you can't talk of effectiveness without the judiciary. So we have developed a process and a mechanism to keep on educating and informing the judiciary about this.
Another key panel session highlighted the global shift to SWIFT ISO 20022, the new universal messaging standard transforming financial transactions. Experts said it reaches structured data will enhance monitoring, strengthen fraud detection, and help banks meet evolving AML-CFT requirements more efficiently.
And ISO is an international body that creates standards across various industries. The payments industry is one of them. And SWIFT has decided to adopt ISO standards to standardize the payment industry and to the fact that many domestic rails are already on ISO. It's not new. But from a cross-border perspective, we have decided to adopt this. And because of the magnitude of the migration, we've decided to do this in a phased approach. So we'll be doing this over a 4-year period, where at the end of 2028, we'll be fully ISO compliant.
The 3-day Afreximbank Compliance Forum was engaging and insightful, with participants leaving better informed and equipped.
I think, what we see today is that there's a real shift in the technology environment towards modularity, towards easy integration. So for us, we try to make it extremely accessible by, for example, offering a single API integration so that there's not a lot of on-site deployment, offering modularity that allows banks to have a very simple solution if their problem's not too complicated. I like to say, and maybe it's because I'm from Germany, that there's no need to have a Lamborghini when a Volkswagen will be just fine. And this gives them that simplicity to start with something that's quite simple and to expand it based on their needs, not based on what the vendor offers.
The point is, of course, fresh awareness concerning the ISO 20022, and luckily for us, Mama Bank, we are fully compliant. And the takeaway here is also to remind us on the deadline of when the migration will start fully, and we are fully ready and ensuring that we are meeting up with the deadline. That's no problem. Then the other part of it is that we have met with so many solution providers, and again we are seeing them in aligning with some of our upcoming activities around the bank, and how we can also plug into their system to make our work more seamless.
Give us the closing note, please. Let's give him some energy.
Idrissa Diop, Afreximbank Director of Compliance, says The essence of the forum is to bring stakeholders together, strengthen intra-African trade, and collectively find practical solutions to the continent's pressing challenges.
We fight to really make the conversation happen in the continent. You know, our problem must be discussed here. You know, and it's not normal that we say that the one who are the risk, the one who have the most risk, the one who are not okay, and allow people to go somewhere else to discuss our problems. Our problems need to be discussed in our continent. We would like someone seated here in Burundi selling coffee or I don't know what output to someone seated in Algeria, in Tunisia, to do it faster, though perhaps to do it faster because Mansa is here to help improve knowledge of our African corporates, to do it secure because they have invested heavily in technology, and that's why we are bringing you the latest technology for you to challenge yourself.
Afreximbank Compliance Forum has finally come to an end, emphasizing the urgent need for stronger compliance framework to drive safer and efficient trade across Africa. Over the course of the event, financial stakeholders, regulators, and institutions have been introduced to cutting-edge compliance technologies to shape their evolving market needs. Once again, Afreximbank has positioned itself at the forefront of shaping Africa's compliance landscape by setting the standard, building capacity, and fostering collaboration. From Afreximbank Compliance Forum in Kigali, Nisi Gabriel reporting for Arise News.